Well, good evening, you internet. I see you out there, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. This is Wonderworld: Origins. And you know what? We're going to have a great old time tonight. It's a Thursday, Thursday, not the other ones. We're going to have some, superhero fun. We've got so many things going on this week. This Saturday, we have Lords of Misrule, and that's it. But we'll be back next week with Wild Space as well on Monday. And then, probably a sprinkling of Overwatch and Destiny 2. And what other games we playing? Is that it right now?
We haven't played Raft in a while, but I really want to. Well,
there you go. That's as good as a promise as you're going to get on this channel. Cool. So, I kind of just want to... Nope, there's no music because I couldn't decide anything. I couldn't find anything that isn't...
Just play them all simultaneously.
Okay, we'll do that.
I apologize, audience, for what you're about to hear. I apologize for nothing.
Okay. So
I heard the phone ringing in there.
The phone ring sound effect. It was the one that I think was a little bit. I was like, "Oh, where?" All right. You can tell this is going to be a great session tonight. So what we're going to do, we're going to start right away. This is post Halloween. I think we're even past Thanksgiving at this point. The weather in Beacon City is getting crisp and cold, even though it's California. But it's this kind of nexus of all weathers. So what we're going to experience today is at the school of Beacon High. We have Career Day. Now, our heroes find themselves wandering throughout the recently restored gymnasium where there are several booths with a large number of different people asking to come over and say, oh, are you interested in signing up for an internship at a Crispy Bottom Bakery? Or we've got a Penultimate's dog grooming. And as you kind of go through, all of you are kind of wandering around. I would like to know what you all do. Are you in pairs or alone for this?
I want to all walk around and do this together, but that's just me. And comment on each other's jobs.
Okay, let's start with that, and then maybe you'll want to split up later because of that.
Now I have to suddenly decide Ian's career ambitions.
Oh no!
I know. So, that's a great. All right, so I'll say an open question, and the first person to answer this in character, that will determine the answer. Does anyone have a clear idea of what they're interested in? What booths are you trying to lead everyone to right now? There's King Coal Mining.
That's a job for Kiki for sure.
Yeah. There's also hold on. There's also iChop Aeronautics, which is kind of a helicopter life flight thing. I couldn't think of any other way to put it in there.
Do they just have a boombox playing a helicopter?
Yes, they do. They're going to teach. They a bunch of helicopter pilots are staying there wearing cool jackets and aviator sunglasses. There's also Weaver and Weaver Law. Mm-hmm. There's also a representative from the BPD there. One Miss Detective Amari.
I very purposefully avoid that booth. Everywhere but that booth.
Okay.
Hmm.
Perfect. So, as kind of Rose goes like pushes you all ahead. There's also some representation from the army too. Lots of different places to go.
Is there anyone for like city sanitation that like all the kids are just avoiding and nobody's going there because nobody wants to be a garbage person?
But we're all
Yeah.
garbage people on the inside.
Yeah, so there is in Beacon City they privately contracted out. Omelette du Garbage is the company.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah. All right. Fantastic. So you get there and you see kind of a portly fella, thinning hair, greasy, but kind of like a little burly, but like just like full on dad bod. As you go to say, well, hey there, you interested in waste disposal management services?
It's what I've wanted to do my entire life.
Well, that is refreshing to hear.
I don't understand. There's nobody else here. Why aren't people just flocking here to? I need to hear your pitch.
Well, no pitch. It's just for thousands of years. Okay, for thousands of years. Since the dawn of civilization, once mankind gets together, mankind be dirty. And we got to take that and move it away. We take care of the problems that no one else wants to take care of. We're the Navy SEALs of refuse.
You're like superheroes, really. I mean, we'd just be walking around in our own crap if you weren't here to sweep it up off the streets.
That's true. We do sweep up a lot of crap off streets. We're trying to get some lobbyists to say less horses, police, please, less horses. But I don't know. It gives us work to do, though. It's not like job security is always good, so can't complain too much.
Well, do you have a pamphlet or something that I can take with me? I'm my friends here want to go and look at other places, but I'm not exactly sure why. I mean, I think Olivia, I think you would love a job. You've always been talking about wanting to work in sanitation, right?
No.
Oh, come on. I mean, we used to talk about it all the time.
No.
She's shy, but she really wants this job.
No, I'm not. Look, like, mad respect for what you do. So I don't have to do it.
Yeah. I can't do that. It's too much. We're just the few. That's your slogan.
The few, the loud, the stinky.
They're just the few. Oh my god.
No.
That's amazing. I just
All right. I think we're done with this bit. I'm going to take a pamphlet or something. And
Omelette du Garbage, the few. Oh, and it could be spelled with a PH too, and that'd be great. All right, so great. So you take a pamphlet, sign her name maybe.
yeah,
All right.
definitely. I sign it. I act like I'm signing my name, but I sign Olivia's name.
Okay. With her email address or
Yes.
I
Yes.
Whatever
literally
that gives
hate you.
Okay.
I think as we start walking again, Ian's gonna kind of nudge Kiki and just be like, so, anything jumping out at you? I mean, you're planning on college, right? Any of these seem in line with what you're thinking of studying?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. My mom really wants me to get wants me to be like a doctor or something. Like she keeps saying I'm so smart, but I don't want to do that stuff. And I'm assuming there's probably a booth for like a trade school, doing like a fashion design school.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's here, and she's probably like looking at it longingly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ian is going to notice those looks and just be like, go on. We know you want to.
I'm going to go over there.
All right. So you get to, gosh, what's the name? Do you have a name for this, this trade school?
Not any punny ones.
That's okay.
Let's see. I don't know. Good, like fashion school names. Like Cut Above.
I love it. Perfect. Killing it. A Cut Above. All right. So
And then it's like Institute of Fashion Design is like the subtitle or whatever.
all right. So there are two people behind the desk. Both of them quite fashion forward. And they've got like because 2050, they've got hair that's kind of like dyed silver and like and doing this gnarly swoop. And actually, both of them have their hair dyed silver, and they've got these very trendy sunglasses that are like doing these like kind of prism light shifts as you're watching. They're kind of just slowly changing. Also, large shoulder pads because those are back. And
Yeah, probably swing around by then.
hello, can we help you?
Yeah, I'm wondering what kind of, is there like an application, or how do you go to school? I really like
How
fashion.
do you go to school?
No, this one. I mean,
Well, do you think you have what it takes?
I think so. I already know how to sew, and I do sew my own clothes. And she's like wearing some of her own clothing.
And then they kind of look at over and sniff loudly. Well, it's competent, but perhaps you could use a little bit of help with finding your vision. These are quite utilitarian,
Okay.
but I think but you show skill and talent. Sure. If you could just put your name down here, and they give you some fabric to sew your name into.
Okay.
It's like, just sew your email address into here, please. Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you for visiting A Cut Above. You're welcome.
Guys, I'm so excited.
Yeah. Cool. So and I think they as you kind of hang around there for a little bit, they're a little bit standoffish. Demeanor kind of breaks down a little bit, and as you kind of talk about different fashion trends and styles of putting things together, as you maybe bring up a few different stylists that that you're interested in, and you kind of just have a nice little conversation about that. What are the rest of you doing while Kiki is having this conversation?
You breathed like you were gonna say something.
Go ahead.
Olivia is looking around to see if there's any representatives from the local hospital. Because
okay.
she wants to go to nursing school.
Okay. All right. Sure. Probably just, yeah, just, well, there's a blah hospital. Saint Beacon Hospital.
Oh yes, Saint Beacon.
Yeah,
Beacon
Saint
City.
Beacon Hospital. I'm sure. Okay, so you go there, and there are a few. There's a doctor there and a couple nurses, and I think I like to think that maybe one of the doctor is the parent of somebody at this school. Does anyone have a suggestion? Is it someone you know, maybe, or just some random kid?
What if it's Chad?
It's Chad.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. It's Chad's mom, whose name is Sharon.
What?
Do you mean Sharon?
Nope. Sharon. What's his last name? Did he have a last name?
I don't think so. I think he was just Chad.
Chadley. So Sharon Chadley. Dr. Dr. Chadley, I will say. Yeah. So what did Chad sound like? Was he just like, dude, bro? Okay. I'll just, okay. He's like, well, hi there. Were you interested in maybe signing up for a internship?
Yeah, actually, I'm sort of interested in going to nursing school, so
Well, fantastic. How are your grades doing so far?
pretty great.
Pretty great. Well, excellent. So, where did this interest come from? Have you always been for helping people, or what about nursing intrigues you?
Well, I mean, yeah, I think helping people is sort of the core of it. I mean, my friend's mom is a doctor, and my dad's sort of like a science researcher guy, so I've just kind of always been around it.
Well, that's fantastic. It's it's a lot of work. It's a pretty demanding job, but I think yeah, if it's something that you're interested in and passionate about, I think we're always looking for more people to come help out.
Awesome.
So sure. Here's a few information, some pamphlets if you like to look those over. And yeah, I'm sure we'll be hearing from you soon.
Great, thanks.
Okay. Excellent.
Is anyone else with me?
I don't know. Is
I
anyone else
just-
with her?
I mean, Ian's probably still wandering around. I don't know if people if the group has moved on as others have split off, or if it's like we all just kind of hover as one person's over there.
It's up to you.
I just kind of tuck those away.
Yep. Still haven't decided what Ian wants.
I just nudge if she walks over, or if Olivia's walking over to the what did we say it was Saint Beacon
Saint
Hospital.
Beacon.
Okay. I just if we're hanging back, I just nudge Ian and say, "All right, so what you doing?"
Heck if I know. I mean, right now I'm still thinking, for college, just liberal arts degree or something. But part of me wants, manual labor. I feel like I would be pretty good at that. So I guess construction or something. But I don't know.
How about professional boxer?
Might not go so well.
Human freight lift.
Don't think that's a career path right now.
I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah, I mean, there was that coal mine. I mean, if nothing
Oh,
else.
Mine All Mine Coal Mine? I don't remember the name of it at this point.
King Coal Mine.
That's right. It's they ran Mine All Mine out of business with their low coal prices. I don't know.
The rival businesses in the city are vicious. It's amazing we have 5 fireworks companies at the same time.
That's where I want to work. Do they?
You're looking for the.
I'm looking for the fireworks.
I think
Well, if there's only one left.
They are noticeably absent.
Oh no.
The fireworks industry of Beacon City has been ravaged.
I guess I got to go get a bit entrepreneurial now and start my. That's what I'm going to do. Start my own fireworks company. Do they have any booths open?
Discern realities.
wrong game.
Oh yeah, assess the situation. I don't know. I think that's not how you call that, but
Shall I
sure.
say?
We'll say that there is like not a booth, but there is like a gap between booths in which you could, if you stand in between like a couple booths and like act like there's something there if you wanted to do that.
I'm gonna think about it, but I'm trying to help
Okay.
out my buddy here right now.
There's always iChop.
Which was the helicopter thing.
Yeah.
I think just so we can get that interaction, he'll want.
Oh no, don't. I was kidding. I'm bluffing.
Calling your bluff. We're doing this.
Oh no.
They're figuring out leaving right now.
There's also Crispy Bottom Bakery and Helix Corp. And Penultimates. I'm happy with that one.
If Helix Corp is there, I think Ian will actually wander over there and see what that's about. You know, what
Okay.
they're offering up.
I'm also going that way because I feel like I'll get in trouble if I don't.
All right.
I'm gonna
Um,
peel off from the two of them while they're going that way, but I want to do their stuff first.
Sure. Okay. So oh, sorry. I got so thrown off by the sound being gone. I was like, what is going on with my life? So you approach Helix Corp. Who is behind the desk? Olivia. Is it Darren?
Probably.
Is it Merkenstein?
I think Darren's fine.
Oh, it's Mert Maddock. That's who it is.
Okay.
What's Mert like? I'll split this up around the room. Kiki, what does Mert look like?
What does he look like? I think who would like be at these things. He's kind of middle-aged dude, kind of tall, has like slightly silvering hair. It's like short and like starting to turn silver.
Nice. Perfect. Rose, what does he sound like?
I feel like that's your choice, but all right, you're giving this to me.
No.
I think he sounds. There's a name that I'm looking for, but I can't come up with it. I think he sounds like Alan Rickman.
Oh,
Okay. Well, Olivia, what is his job at Helix Corp?
I think he's a researcher. I think he's like an assistant researcher to one of the immunologists
Okay.
that works there.
I changed my mind. John Malkovich. Actually, I'll let you choose Alan Rickman or John Malkovich, or a hybrid between the two.
Oh,
I think. Okay. Oh, geez. I'm so garbo and impressions. Okay. All right. So, Ian, your approach. Welcome to Helix Corp. What can I do for you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just interested in, whatever internship programs you've got opening up.
Internship program. Yes, we have one of those. Write your name down.
Sure. As I'm doing that.
We want to contact you, so don't write a fake name. We've been
wasn't
getting a
planning-
lot of fake names today.
I mean, people can be jerks, especially high schoolers. We're a bunch of little, well, the polite term's not coming to mind right now, but you understand.
No. I don't think I do.
Fair enough. Any details about the internship? I mean, which department would it be in? Multiple openings, options?
It depends on your aptitude. We would run you through a few tests, see where your abilities lie.
Makes sense. So, yeah, I mean, there's my name, email, phone number.
What
Looking forward-
brought you to this table today?
One of my
Ian.
friends, her dad works there. Heard a little bit about it. Has Olivia wandered over at this point? Oh, no, this
Yes.
is her. I don't remember your last name.
Guess we're not really friends.
Do you remember Ian's last name right now?
No. Jimenez. Yes.
Yep.
Snap! Bluff call!
Yep.
Thought I didn't. Fight me. Dr. Dayton's my dad.
Dr. Dayton. What branch is he in?
It's the same one as this guy.
Oh, the same. Yes. Then you must be Olivia.
That's me.
Are you also signing up?
Yeah, totally.
He waits.
Okay, I sign up.
Okay. There was a lot of hard work potentially, but most of the available internships are data management and inputting. But depending on where your skills and aptitudes lie, there might be more volatile things to discover.
Keep Rose away from here.
No kidding. I mean, yeah, that sounds interesting. I mean, even if I do end up in the data entry, I mean, sometimes I find that almost zen-like. It's very soothing. Don't give me
Yes.
that look, Olivia. But yeah, I mean, I guess when can we expect to hear from this? I guess probably closer to summer, huh?
We will probably run you through the aptitude test before the summer, so that we can properly allocate resources wherever we need to hedge certain shortcomings or surpluses. But we will let you know.
All right, sounds good. I guess thank you for your time, Mr. Maddock. Or is it Dr. Maddock?
It is.
My apologies. Good day, Doctor.
All right. I think that while you all are here, I think you also, Kiki, I think you see Stephen,
Yeah.
who is signing his name down at a kind of at a production company. Cooper is eating my shoe. Hold on. Hey! Oh, you tore it!
Bad pup.
Cooper.
You butthole. All right. Anyway, sorry. Where was I? Oh yeah, Steven. He's signing up for like a production studio.
Yay.
And-
yeah, I was gonna say, Olivia probably not Olivia. Kiki probably went around after Olivia and like got some some brochures or whatever from the hospital, and then probably like snuck in and grabbed some from like Helix Corp, like sort of some like sciencey booths, but like didn't write her name down anywhere, but grabbed some pamphlets, and then stopped Steven and probably headed over there.
Okay. So you go over to say hi to Steven?
What are you looking at? Did you sign up for something?
Oh yeah, I signed up for this production company. They do a lot of commercial work around town, and it could be something where I could be like a PA for a while. They're doing commercials all the time, and what were you doing? What were you looking at? I see a couple the pamphlet from Helix Corp.
Oh, I just got these to make my mom happy. Well, I signed up at the Fashion Institute.
Oh, where's that located? Where is it?
Where is it? I bet it's. I feel like it's like maybe not in Beacon City proper.
Okay.
Yeah, have we decided like are there any other big cities near Beacon City? I don't know when we were building that.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's there's several large cities along the coast, and I think you tell them where it is, and seems like, oh, so you're thinking of moving out of Beacon City?
Oh well, I guess. Yeah, I didn't think about that part. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think my mom was gonna want me to go there, so that might be tricky. Ugh. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
I guess I graduate pretty soon.
right. That's awesome. That's really exciting.
Oh, thanks. And he like gives him a hug.
Okay. His hug feels different.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't know if she notices yet.
Let's see. Is there anything else that anyone want to do at Career Day? Yes, Rose?
If everyone else is busy, I'm going to make my way circling back to the BCPD booth.
Okay. All right, and your aunt notices you.
Say, hey there. What's up, Jillian?
You know, I Gotta say, I was a little surprised that you're actually here. I'm glad to see you here.
I just walk up to the sign up sheet and sort of like start flipping through and just like, I just wanted to see what losers signed up for this.
Have you checked out any of the booths? See anything that stands out to you?
The coal mine sounded pretty promising. But I left my name with sanitation just in case, as a backup. But no, not a whole lot. Unfortunately, the fireworks factory isn't here, so that was sort of my first choice.
No, this all seems a little silly to you. But it's not the worst thing in the world to care about something.
She trying to use influence over me.
Oh gosh, I guess so. Is that a roll?
It is a roll.
Okay. What do I do, or what do you do?
I don't remember. It's been so long.
You roll a flat
Roll.
2d6 to reject
Oh, it's
someone's influence.
Okay.
All right. Oh yeah,
Sean,
okay. Adult moves.
Whoa.
Yeah. So yeah, when when you reject someone's influence, roll on a hit, you successfully hold yourself and tune them out. On a 10 plus, choose 2. The 7 and 9, choose 1. Actually, I don't think I'm going to reject her influence though, because I also have the option when someone with influence over you tells you who you are, how the world works, accept what they say, or reject their influence. If you accept what they say, the GM will adjust your labels accordingly. So
Okay.
I guess you can decide. I think Rose is receptive to what she's saying right now, though. If she is trying to, in some way, shift my labels around.
Okay. What's your in character response, and I'll think about how I shift the labels.
I say, well, what kind of stuff do you have open?
Well, a lot of different areas. There's lots of different community outreach programs that we have going on. If you wanted to do something like, helping people in just about every facet, we've got, we help facilitate getting people registered to vote. We help do some consulting with different security firms in the area. We do some we have some beat, and you can ride along with some cops and on the beat if you wanted to or interested in that. I know it'll be a different experience to you to be on the other side of the glass.
I've never ridden the front of a cop car.
I know it's a different experience.
Do I get to carry a taser?
No, absolutely not.
Nightclub?
No, no. I would actually suggest that they keep you from carrying anything. I'm concerned about even letting you have a cell phone on these trips.
What about what about that guy? What's his name? Rick? The blood splatter guy.
Oh, Rickerson?
Yeah. Do they do anything?
Yeah. You want to work with Rickerson?
Well, not so much. Is there somebody else in his department that carries around less chainsaws?
Not anymore.
Not going to ask about that. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to get a little bit of an idea what it's like, what you do.
You want to get into detective work?
Or just kind of get to know it a bit better, knowing it from the other side.
Well, I could ask some of the other detectives. I think we both know that you and I are working together. I don't see that going
That doesn't.
so
No,
well.
that one really. That sounds like a really bad idea.
So I'll ask.
Matt seems cool.
Who?
Your partner, Matt.
Yes, that's what I was gonna look. Oh no, that's not who I was gonna say. No,
No.
not Matt. Screw Matt. No, I'm just kidding. You can work with detectives O'Hara and Brown.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, I'll reach out to them, see if they're be willing to take someone on.
Sounds cool. I mean, obviously, as long as it doesn't interfere with my goofing off, gonna have to see. Got a real tight schedule, but I might be able to fit him in.
Just kind of gives you a somewhat tight expression, like being like, I hope I don't regret this. But yeah, cool. So I'm gonna say
Question: What is, or unless if we're moving on from here. Sorry.
Oh, sure. I'm just gonna shift labels, but yeah, you can talk.
What is Lucas doing at the career fair?
I'll handle him in a second. I'm gonna drop your superior in favor for savior, I think.
Okay.
I think that's what I think makes sense.
That fits.
Okay. Cool. Excellent. So, Lucas, let's see.
I think maybe in my mind, Lucas is kind of just wandering around, looking lost, and so Ian goes over and is like, do they have these in Canada?
Sort of. Is this some? I don't quite understand. Is they selling things here, or is this like a?
Not quite. They're not selling things for you to purchase, but they are trying to, sell their company. Trying to get you interested in working for them.
Oh, they're selling companies here.
No,
I have.
There's no money
$18.
involved.
No.
What are you thinking of doing after school? Not like after school today, but like after school in years now. What do you want to do for a job that pays you money, not our extracurriculars?
I don't know. I don't think I really sort this entirely through.
That's fine to be like that. I barely know what I want to do. I just went to a few different booths, talked to people, things that vaguely interested me.
Can we talk about this back at the sanctuary?
Yeah, sure. I think they're still running the career day or career fair tomorrow as well. It'll be a few different companies, but a lot of the people will be here that were here today.
Okay. And I think Lucas kind of hastily puts his name down for the Crispy Bottom Bakery. Just kind of, and then kind of walks away. He's straight up asleep, isn't he?
Yeah, he's snoring.
Oh, my buddy. Okay. Whoa. Okay. So, excellent. So, anyone that wants to do anything else? It's a career day, number one. Okay. What do you do that night? Do you go back home? Do you go to the sanctuary? Or I haven't been to the sanctuary personally, so maybe this would be a good time to refresh stuff for me. We can talk it over. So you all leave the gymnasium, and we've got, what's this? Tranquility Base. Ah, yes. You'll enter. It still has like the really ancient keyboard the computers in it though.
I wanted the Windows sign on.
Right. Boom. All right. So, tell me about the sanctuary. I heard a little bit about it last time, but just kind of refresh my memory. Like, what does it look like as you enter into it? Is there kind of like a big open reception area? Like, what's the material of the sanctuary look like? Is it like all future metal? Is it marble? Is it comfier? What's it like?
That the first part is like the main part. So it's this big, kind of modern space with like a few couches and everything kind of in a central common room area. And then on the back wall is a really large, like computer system.
Okay.
I think there's a TV in there too.
Cool. Is there like a couches in the middle of the room? Like I imagine like it's big, like kind of two semicircle couches or something with like a round coffee table in the
Yeah,
middle.
kind of like that.
Are there plants?
Oh, there's
Like
probably
house-
some. Yeah, like around the sides.
Cool. And is this populated at all? Are there like any helper bots or anything, or like supers walking around?
I don't know.
No. Yes. Maybe.
I think it's just us because we didn't get.
Yeah, I think it's just us. Well, because
And-
the helper thing is one of the things of the sanctuary mechanic. So
Ah.
no, I think it's just us.
Maybe a Roomba.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So there's a Roomba that's like whirring like, gently in the distance. What do you all do when you get there? Do you kick your feet up on the couch, or do you like get a drink out of the cooler if there is one?
We do have a rec room area with
Yeah.
art, music, and food.
Art, music, and food. Okay.
There's
Do you
games
want to
in
go?
there.
You want to go to the rec
Did we
room?
decide there's a foosball table? Is that what there was last time? Or was it a pool table?
Why don't both?
Foosball /
It
pool table.
flips over.
Yeah.
What was the
Well-
game I put in there? Was
I
it
thought that
Duck
was-
Hunt?
Oh no, it was duck.
It was Duck Hunt.
Duck
It
Hunt.
was duck hunt. That's what it was.
Yes.
That's in there too.
I
All
call
right.
first.
I think
Yeah,
Ian
go.
heads into the kitchenette and starts preparing, like, not like actually cooking a meal, but like making popcorn or
Nachos.
something. Nachos, yeah.
I'll go with him. Make sure he doesn't like burn the place down.
Okay.
Like last time.
It was one time. It was
You
after a late
really-
night patrolling.
It's just a microwave.
What time is enough? Rose, I'll take you on Duck Hunt.
Bring it.
Oh.
We start hunting ducks.
All right. So it's just a mallard massacre for the next several minutes.
Yes.
And while this is going on, I think Lucas is looking a little bit contemplative on the couch, not really watching any of the goings on.
I think Ian plops the nacho bowl down in front of him, just like, "Hey, Lucas, you okay there?"
I'm fine. It's kind of strange. I don't think I ever really thought about what we're going to do in the future, you know?
Yeah, I mean it's fair. People always talk about how us high schoolers don't give much thought to the future, but especially with what our options are available to us, it's a whole lot to think about.
That's what I think. I mean, we have all these powers and everything that not everyone has, and like, do we get to queer? Or I mean, if we do get to, what I mean, I don't know. Right now is like we are fighting crime, and that's great and everything, but I don't know why. Like, is that what we're going to be doing forever?
I don't know. I mean, back in the old comics, they all had secret identities and day jobs that they worked, but this isn't the comics. This is real life, and I mean, Irma and Hector have said we go on to do great things in the future, but they're obviously cagey about specifics, so they're not much help in terms of figuring out what we actually do with ourselves. But either way, I think we're still a ways off from that particular future, so we got to figure out, something in the meantime.
Yeah, but I mean, Lucas brings up a good point. Like, Ian, we're gonna graduate,
Yeah.
go to school and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, are you thinking about college?
Definitely, I mean, but it's still mostly in the abstract. Like I was telling Rose earlier at the career fair, I'm thinking probably just liberal arts. Nothing really sticks out to me right now. It's just I still have this idea of I need to go to college, and then what?
Hmm.
I'm going to teleport next to them on the couch and join in on this conversation. And start stuffing my face full of nachos.
Somehow it still scares me when you do that.
Do what?
Eat with your mouth open.
I think I'm the only one who can eat with their mouth closed.
Shut up, Lucas.
He says as he just kind of mushes in nachos into his
Like through
jelly
the
skin. Yeah.
You should definitely put that under your special skills section of your resume.
No, don't do that.
We could always I could always just rob a bank or something, and then we'll have money forever, and then we can just do this for the rest of our lives.
Why every time we talk about this do you always suggest robbing a bank?
Because it would be so easy.
You're probably right.
Yeah, but I mean, we've stopped at least 5 bank robberies now. Sure, only one of them was, against, Rhino, whatever that guy's name was.
I don't even remember anymore.
I don't either.
Something Dozer.
Dozer.
Yeah, just very much like the Rhino in the old comics again, but
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
my bad.
Is there even a future in? I mean, we've had people telling them what our future is, but is there a future in crime fighting?
Yeah, it's all about branding. We just got to start selling T-shirts. We have to copyright our outfits, obviously, and trademark those, or else people will start doing that for us. And you get the rights to the TV show and the movies, and then you sell your life story.
I mean, you were the one that said we shouldn't let people know who we are.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we don't let people know who we are, but we sell our personalities and our look.
How are we gonna do that if no one knows who we are?
Well, I mean our superhero personalities.
Could attorney-client privilege cover that with lawyers? I don't know the law well enough, but I also...
I mean, you know more than I do.
Lucas, maybe
Find
you
a
should go to law school.
super lawyer. There we go. You go to law school, and then you can just represent us as an organization.
And you could even, turn into a different person to be your lawyer persona, and then, no risk of being found out to be, oh wait, you're actually Mutaboy.
Like the jobs and stuff are just so we look like we're normal people, so people don't find out who we are, right? We're not actually.
And also because, as far as we know, the crime fighting thing isn't going to pay a whole bunch of money.
Oh, it's gonna pay off. We're gonna make lots of money. I know it.
None of you guys are
just-
serious about your jobs?
Honestly, I'm kind of listless. It's, again, I have this idea that I need to go do something, but I don't know what that something is for me right now.
I don't think I came here to sell t-shirts.
Why did you leave Canada?
I guess to find out who I am. But I don't think that I don't know that I want to live my whole life as a secret. I came here to find myself, and the longer I've been here, the more I feel like I'm hiding that. I feel like I'm getting more lost here.
I mean, I definitely know how you feel, Lucas. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I have to wear the mask because we got to protect everybody else in our lives, Like, we've fought some really scary people, and so we kind of have to have sort of two different versions of ourselves, kind of.
Yeah.
Look at me. I don't have anyone, no family left. I mean, my abuela's in the home, and I guess, obviously her, but even I'm still going out with the mask, and I'm basically bulletproof. Like, I guess it's to keep you and everyone else at school safe. There's already been one attack at school. If they found out that, hey, the vigilantes are actually Beacon High students, who knows who might come for us.
I mean, but one day people are going to find out who we are. We already know that.
Yeah, but I feel like they might have told us if that was going to happen, like, now-ish. But again, I don't know. They don't seem very forthcoming on specifics.
For now, I'm just going to start a Twitter poll and find out, would anyone buy a Vigilantes t-shirt?
I mean,
And we'll go from there.
So helpful.
I mean,
I already got the PayPal set up. We're all good.
Wait, you did what?
Huh? No? What? It's okay. Don't worry about it. Well, what do you want, Lucas? What might cheer you up? And I think I'm trying to pierce the mask on Lucas.
Yeah, do it.
I think it's a mundane roll.
Mundane.
I do not have. It's guilty.
Oh, I should see Lucas's conditions because he has a lot.
I don't think I think it's just me rolling, but that is a 12. That is a full hit.
Oh, dang.
Oh, dang. Oh, dang.
And what that does is I get to ask 3 questions.
Okay.
What do you intend to do? How could I get your character to blank? How could I gain influence over you? What are you really planning? What do you want me to do? So I think the first one I'm going to ask is, what do you want me to do? Or what do you want us to do? If you want to do like more general, since this is a multi-part conversation.
Sure. I think where that's quite hard to answer. I think what he wants you to do, and I don't know how to do this in speech, but I think what he wants you to like all of you to do is like basically show him why it's worth being a vigilante.
Oh.
Like why this is a because he's already leading a secret life, and this is like another secret life, and starting to feel like a copy of himself. And so I think like maybe just to know if it's worth it for him to do it like this. I don't know how to communicate that with what he's saying, but I other than maybe he goes on a little bit just like, I just don't know what we're doing, like is this even matter, but before you answer that, 2 other questions.
Yeah, the other one I wanted to ask is, what do you intend to do?
Might depend on how the first one gets resolved by the group, but think Lucas is thinking about either not doing vigilante anymore, or maybe not pretending to be a kid anymore, or not trying to pretend to be a high schooler anymore. And I think he wants to stop splitting up his identity and just be himself.
I think the last question I want to ask then is how I feel like it was kind of covered, but how could I get your character to feel comfortable around us?
I think I think if Lucas didn't feel like he had to lie to everyone all the time, maybe he'd feel more comfortable.
I think we should go on patrol. It's been a while since we just stopped a bank robbery, like you said, Ian. Doesn't always have to be world-ending, time-traveling, power-stealing, scary monster people.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just helping people.
And getting the brand out there. But yeah, helping people is number
suck.
one.
So much.
Yeah, it sounds like fun.
Yep, always up for patrol, but first we gotta finish these nachos, because I didn't burn them. And apparently that's such a big accomplishment.
Under my
Yeah, but the
constant
microwave is a
supervision.
mess.
I watched that microwave for at least 4 minutes of my life I'm never going to get back.
It was only running for 3. I don't know what you were doing with that minute.
I was really concerned about what you were going to do to the microwave.
I'm just shoveling handfuls of nachos in my face.
Gross.
All right, so I think you all nosh on nachos, and then you all get ready to do a patrol. Do you want to all ride in Lucas's Kirby Craft, maybe his little kind of space vehicle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Has he ever shown it to us before?
Not in game. We haven't really explored that, but I think you've seen it at this point. Or maybe, well, we'll just do a reveal now. Lucas seems to brighten up by the suggestion of the patrol because I don't think he wants to be in his head about it too much anymore. So I think he had his little like back room somewhere with his stuff. He leads you all to this. He's like, I think I have just a thing for this. And he takes you back to this room. Or no, I think he brings it out to y'all. He comes out with this little box and like opens it up and kind of sets it down in the coffee table and like steps back. And nothing happens. But he's like,
what is it?
Yeah.
What's in the box?
The ship. Hold on. And then he said, "Look closer." And those of you who lean forward, a very teeny tiny ship on the middle of this box.
Oh.
Okay, I didn't know you were into tiny modeling.
Oh, this is much more than a tiny model. This is a fully functional craft. It's capable of many things. It can shift through dimensions, and as well, it can change the size and everything. It's
Yeah,
very,
I was about to
very.
ask, is it a craft for ants?
I suppose an ant could use it. There's no reason why they couldn't. They just need to get the proper license for it.
Yeah.
They must be 15.
I mean,
Your
sounds
license
reasonable
at
to me.
15 in Canada?
Hmm?
Your license at 15? That's amazing.
That's cool.
Yep. The Canadians age quicker.
Not sure time works like that, but okay. If it gets bigger, we should
Well,
probably...
because it's the smaller at the top of the world and it spins faster. Or actually slower, technically. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, totally.
Sure.
So the world spins slower, so people age faster. That's how it works.
Right.
You're making my head hurt. If
So,
it gets
I think
bigger-
I missed that class in school.
Yeah.
what do we do with it?
Oh, geez. Hold on. And he takes it out to a kind of clearing in the room and pulls out this like but basically a remote control, hits a button and it just like vibrates and goes and like big pieces like expand out, and there is a large kind of vaguely submarine like vessel with like landing gear. There's like tubes and glass bubbles like for where different it's like a more intricate version of like Spaceman Spiff's spacecraft, you know what I mean? If you elongate that, make it like a mix between that and the Magic School Bus as drawn by Jack Kirby is what it looks like. And presses another button, and on the side goes like these doors slide open, and a like little ramp clicks down, like click, 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 clink, and hits the floor. And he said,
Wow, Lucas, that's the coolest thing ever.
Whoa.
It's pretty awesome.
You've been holding this out on us for how long?
I've just been working on it for a while. It's let's just say it's been broken for a bit, but I finally found what I needed is to get it running again. It has a fuel that is a little harder to find in America.
Gotcha.
I love it. I don't have to drive anymore.
It's like, all right, I can't wait to take you all for a spin.
Well, I guess all aboard.
Yeah.
All aboard. And Lucas kind of like hops up the ship and gets behind the controls, and there's like very odd looking seats, kind of don't seem to be really designed for the human butt and spine. Kind of I think a little bit more like like an ice cream scoop. I think these like weird spherical eggs shaped things to sit in. They're probably really, really uncomfortable. But he begins to press a bunch of buttons, and the engine begins to whir into existence, or whir into life, and then the engines hum, and you phase from this dimension and rejoin the one where you all are from, Earth One, and probably hovering above the shining lights of Beacon City below.
Are there seatbelts in this thing? Do we need seatbelts for going through dimensions?
I'm sorry. These seats don't have pens. You are so silly. Okay, so I think probably a good time to take a break right here as you all are hovering above the city, ready to go on patrol. Once again, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. We will be back after a break where we will relax, get freshened up, and then come back with a vengeance. See you all, Internet, later. Good evening, Internet people. We are continuing the saga of Wonder World's origins, separated by a colon after Wonder. We are Good Game Nights, and here we are again. So, no, not after Wonder, after World. Dadgummit. Well, this time, this is such
over.
No, this is such a prequel that the colon is before Wonder. It's just
Wonder.
It's just it's just World Origins? Yes, that's how far back we're going today, because the dimension that we went into was apparently not Earth One, I guess. It's like, whoops, made a mistake-o here. What you see is, I changed my mind completely about what we're going to do until just now. We're now in Wonder: World Origins, Dimension 78. As you stand, the topography below you seems somewhat familiar. The distant mountain ranges, but everything is blanketed in snow and ice. The oceans themselves frozen over, ghostly waves, flash frozen mid-crest.
I don't think we're in California anymore.
Wait. This is not right. Hold on.
Yeah, I'll say.
I'm sorry. Let me try to figure this out. And Lucas begins to kind of furiously look over all these diagnostics. When the Kirby craft begins to lose a little bit of power, it starts to fizzle and fits and starts to drop altitude rapidly. And it can as the descent speeds up faster and faster towards the ice below. What do you do?
Die.
I mean, Rose, can you teleport us out?
Yeah. I grab everybody and I'm going to teleport us down into the snow.
Okay. And as you do that, with a bring everybody out, and Luke's like, no, put me back in. But before you do, the ship, boom, slams. Oh, no. Oh, this is not the music I thought it was. That's a little too much. No, that's going to be too much.
I mean, a ship just crashed.
This is fine. Just boom, it explodes in a shower of ice and snow. The shower of ice and snow. Yeah. And Luke is like,
all right. It's cold here. Where are we?
Well, The good news is that we are still sort of on the planet. Just see a little bit of the wrong dimension.
Oh, okay.
I guess I thought you were joking when you said that thing could go to different dimensions. But I guess I also shouldn't be surprised at this point.
I'm sorry. Does anybody have anything they can do for this weather? Can you sew something up?
I don't have anything. Well. Could she try to substitute some mimicry the snow around them into like dirt? So it's not as cold? I don't know.
Yes. Could you make a fire?
Can I make a fire? Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. That's probably unleash powers, right?
Yeah. If I'm trying to think if is that something simple or not. So
Yeah.
you're
that's what I'm
turning
trying to think.
snow into fire.
I mean, is there any?
Because there's only. There's only snow. Yeah. Is there anything else around? Like if I dig for a second in the snow. So
sure.
does it just keep getting snowy?
I think unless you're gonna take a good amount of time doing it, but for right now it's just snow and like it's crunching underfoot. I think what you're able to do is like turn maybe you break off some like icicles and like and just turn like the top into fire and like you hand them out to a bunch of people and like y'all have little ice fire torches. Icicle torches. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. They provide not the greatest amount of heat. But
I don't know how long this will last, guys, but I hope this helps.
We should get to my ship. I think there's some materials inside that we can use maybe to wrap ourselves up for now. Is there some insulation within the ship?
Yeah, I mean, let's go. Is the snow thick enough that we like are trudging through it? Those of us are actually, because how many of us can fly again?
I can, or Lucas can,
and Olivia can, but the other three can't.
I cannot fly.
Okay, so
wow, Ian, you don't know me at all, huh?
So
it's been a month.
So
I have superhuman strength and speed.
Lucas
so really
turns into kind of like a Morrowind stilt walker. You know what I'm talking about? And you all can kind of climb on Lucas's back as these long, spindly legs are keeping him above the bottom of the snowdrift, keeping him from like sinking deeper into the snow. Or maybe I think he changes all the feet into actual like snowshoes, like really wide things so they don't sink in. But kind of it carries you all to the ship where you see the smashed wreckage. The nose of it is crumpled, glass is cracked, and Lucas has a look of consternation. But you strip out some insulation that's kind of like within the panels, and I pull it out. And Kiki, I think that you can, with the insulation and maybe wire and other things, can like fashion this makeshift winter gear for everybody.
It's not my best work, but this will have to do.
I really never thought this is how I would die.
I mean, which part? Frozen in another dimension? Frozen in another dimension?
Any of it, really.
I mean, so we just tore apart the ship a little more. What's it going to take to get it back together? Lucas?
I mean, I should have everything I need here to get back together, but it's going to take a little time, and I kind of need fuel. I don't have a lot, and we're going to have to try to find some.
What? So you just need like a gas station or something?
Yeah, it's kind of like a gas, but it's more like a plutonium.
So we have to go to Pluto.
I don't know if that would be a good idea.
I don't think I could get us to Pluto. All right.
Plutonium.
Uh,
Hmm.
Remind me, in your initial description, did you say there are still buildings in essentially Beacon City? It's just all covered in snow and ice, or it's the landscape, but the city is gone?
I think there are buildings there, but they don't look like the ones that you recognize. I think that they are like the skyscrapers, instead of being like the rectangles basically that we're used to. They look like like a little bit like if like surfboards were stuck into the, like they have like very thin and like these curves like throughout, and but everything is like covered in like several like in a blanket of ice, and some of the buildings have like cracked in half, and it seems to be like a ruined city.
Okay, here's a thought. What? I've never tried to teleport through dimensions. What if we just teleport back home and then we're back, and then you lost your ship, but that sucks, but we don't have to be frozen to death here.
That also sounds like a really good way to die.
Yeah, tearing apart through a dimensional teleport.
I do not recommend going through traveling through dimensions without the proper protection. I've seen what that can do.
I'm sorry.
Does that happen a lot in Canada?
How do you know how to travel through dimensions?
Well, I don't think I don't think I've been entirely truthful with you all.
I'll say.
What have you been truthful about?
I didn't learn how to do dimensional travel in Canada. I learned it from my dimension.
Is that not our dimension?
No.
Okay. Okay.
You are
So
in.
you're from another dimension? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somehow I'm way less surprised than I think I should be.
I
That
mean,
might also be the shock of the cold.
well,
I'm really sorry for lying to you all for all this time.
I mean, the lying part is one thing, but yeah, I mean, it's not that. I mean, you can fly and you can punch through brick buildings and you can materialize helicopters out of thin air and you can turn your things into fire. Like, it's not really that weird, is it? We already know time travel's a thing, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean,
But
you're
I'm
still a
sorry
friend,
you had.
Lucas.
I'm sorry you had to lie to us.
I was. It's part of the protocol. When we do this thing, it's kind of like it's a little bit like a Rumspringa, but we use fake names a
Wait,
little
wait.
bit.
Are you like part of some interdimensional like peacekeeping task force that's here to monitor us or something? Or are you on like spring break?
It's a little bit more like spring break.
Cool.
Cool. Well, glad you came here. Should have probably gone to Florida, but you know, it is what it is.
I'm very sorry. I don't know what happens through the ship. I haven't had problems traveling through dimensions before. I don't know. Maybe there was some sort of interference or something when I was setting up. Because
How many vampires were there in that one shot?
27.
27.
27. I thought it was.
so I thought I had it set to dimension 27, but I don't know how we got here.
Why were we going through dimensions though? Because I thought we were just like going downtown.
We were in the little pocket dimension where the sanctuary is, yes? So we had to
Yes.
go through the dimension to get back.
I mean, we could have just walked outside.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
know, but you are so excited about the ship. I didn't want to disappoint anybody, and I thought I could do it.
Okay, so we tried to sneak out the window instead of going through the front door.
Yes,
And-
but the
We
window-
went through about 70 other windows, I guess.
And we got stuck in the neighbor's backyard, which is made of ice.
Okay.
little. Yes,
We just need to climb back through the window.
yes, but
especially before the neighbor's dogs come barking at us.
we kind of when we got out of the window and they climbed up, the sheets that are tied up and everything. The sheets are now here with us, and we need something to get back.
Oh, well, just do what you did before. When we did last time. You made the dimension, Olivia, and you had the power source for it. Why don't we just do what we did before? Just open up a hole and we all just walk right through.
I don't know if I can do something that big. I mean, I can try.
That or we
Kiki
have to
helped
go
last
find some
time.
plutonium or something.
Yeah, I mean, we're in another dimension. Maybe plutonium's abundant here. Maybe we just jaunt over to the city and hey, look, plutonium free for the public consumption. Hey,
Huh.
take your fill.
Maybe we should try
Ah.
that before me and Kiki start trying to like literally open a wormhole.
Well, I mean, so the way that a lot of the dimensions work, I don't know how familiar you are with doing this, but at least with the methods that I use, it is this Earth is not unlike the Earth that you're from. It's just slightly different circumstances, maybe a slight variation in something, but plutonium, it's very unlikely. There might be a dimension where plutonium is abundant, but it's probably going to be pretty hard to find. But
Just go to Disney World and find Mickey Mouse's dog.
there are a lot of puns that I'm not getting, but I think that I possibly could have a scanner that maybe we could use that maybe to track the radiation profile.
Way to bury the lead. Let's.
That-
Well, I'm
That
sorry.
would keep me from making more jokes.
Yes, it probably would. You're going to have to cut me some slack. I did not know that we'd be in another dimension until I messed up a colon.
It's okay.
Wait, this is all a grammatical mistake?
Yes.
So maybe it's a coding error. You know, it parsed
Yes,
wrong.
it's a coding error. Yes, that's exactly
no.
what it was. It's a syntax error that sent you into a different dimension.
Oh no.
Well, let's start there. I mean,
Um,
I can
so-
move really quickly, so I can cover a lot of ground.
And
Yeah,
I
we can try to keep making fire so we stay warm.
So
okay. So what I'm going to do for the next few minutes, what's going to happen? I think Lucas manages to get an auxiliary system back online in the ship. It's not a lot of power, but it is able to power like a small, no pun, space heater. And Lucas, he's going to try to put together the ship. And he's going to send, or the four of you gives you a scanner that tracks like a plutonium signature and task you all with finding that and bringing it back.
Let do.
How are we gonna do this? We're just gonna wander?
I could try to get us close, and then we can wander the rest of the way, if you have a general distance and direction.
Let's turn on the scanner, see if it gives us anything to start with. Otherwise, I'd vote we just head to the city and, at least it's a landmark.
Beep. I'm gonna go with very far away.
All right, let's
And
let's
the
go to
scanner
city.
looks exactly like the one in Alien Isolation.
I love it.
Excellent.
Yeah. So I think you can see that like a very vague general direction. I think where you all crash landed was like maybe like a little bit south of the city, and it's like blipping north. It's not necessarily an indication that it's in the city, but that it's that direction anyway.
Let's go that way.
Is this South Beacon High's pool that we're in?
Oh, please don't say that.
All right, I'll get us closer to the city, or as close as I can.
Don't tire yourself out too much. We don't know what we're gonna find.
Oh, wait, hang on before we go. And she's gonna go up to Lucas and be like, I know we messed up bringing us here, but I'm really glad you did. Do you need a hug? Okay. And she's gonna give him a big hug.
Okay.
Group
And,
hug!
Okay.
Oh,
And then
Only because of the cold.
okay. I think
Let's see
Lucas
more.
initially like hugs Kiki, and then as everyone gets in, like more arms come out.
Oh god, immediate regret.
oh my gosh.
All right.
and we're gonna talk more about the dimension stuff later. Not trying to ignore that. Just trying not to die.
Okay. I think I can perhaps get something together. As at least we should be able to push through to dimension 27. I don't know what happened. It might have been a syntax error. But I will fix it and be ready for you when you get back.
Wait, is 27 our dimension?
That's what we call it. Yes.
Oh, good. Okay.
Which dimension are you from?
84.
Cool. All right, let go.
Okay.
I'm gonna aim for what would be like middle of downtown, so probably like City Hall area in our dimension.
Okay.
And we're in a wall.
Oh no.
Okay.
And we die.
So, the makeshift clothes that you all are have on right now, they do a lot to cut down on the cold. But because of the way the insulation is, there are still like some seams every once in a while, like the way that different materials are put together. So like you're sort of comfortable at certain points, but then like and certain like little bisections of yourself, it's just stabbing, freezing pain as the winds kind of bite in. I kind of like, yeah, like I want to have like idea like maybe like you all like also took some like emergency. No, his people wouldn't have that. Never mind. I was gonna say like maybe some like space helmets for everybody, but there was some shattered glass. I don't know if you wanted to like make some like goggles or something like that. Or does anyone have any abilities to do? Oh, you could change ice into glass.
Yeah,
Like,
I could mimic substances.
We
Yeah.
were going out on patrol, so
Honestly-
lambast goggles.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got goggles.
Honestly, you could make like you could build something in snow and change it into something and like into whatever shape you need it.
Ooh.
If you wanted like if you wanted to make like little like, glass domes to like or something like that. I don't know. Or
Something with protection.
because I think yeah, well, I guess you could have an insulation on your head and like wrapped up and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
just
Gonna definitely make sure that we have like gloves or something so
Yeah.
that your hands are protected.
I've got my face mask. I think the only person here who's really badly off is probably Olivia.
Mhm.
Can I make some goggles for you or something? Cold damage.
Maybe. I'm also gonna, as we walk along, try to, if we're in a place where it is really windy, try to like keep up, I don't know, psychic construct, like a little bit of maybe like a windshield, a big umbrella.
Ooh.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh yeah. So also as you like pop into this square, I think you find yourself like absolutely dwarfed by these monolithic structures all around you. They stretch out into the sky above you as you crane your necks upwards. The winds are whipping through in between where it seems these streets may have been. The streets themselves, though, it's not like they're not like you would find on Earth, where they're very wide streets. They're actually kind of all quite narrow. They remind you like of an alley, basically. And every throughway is that tight, and the wind cuts through it really hard. It's like as it gets like squeezed through all these different funnels. And it can, depending on which direction you're going, it's actually kind of difficult to walk forwards. But as you also pop in, the beeping on the scanner begins to increase in frequency.
Well, we're going the right way.
Can you tell which way we need to go?
It's still north, but this time it's a little bit more northwest, sort of towards the ocean a little bit.
That way.
Well, should we just walk from here?
I guess. I mean, it's hard to tell how far, but
Well, let's see if it starts getting closer or if we need to jump another quarter mile.
And you walk through. Anyone talking about anything as you're going through? Is everyone pretty much just kind of gritting their teeth and like bearing it as they're like making their way through?
So, like, we knew he wasn't from Canada, but did anyone see the alternate dimension coming?
no, I
Wait, you
definitely
knew he-
thought he was from another planet, though.
Wait, you
Really?
knew he wasn't from Canada?
Are you kidding?
I mean, I never met anybody from Canada.
I mean, yeah, he was going French Canadian, but even so, he could have done a better accent.
I don't know anybody. What's a
He couldn't have.
what's a Canadian accent sound like?
Oh gosh, sorry about.
Oh gosh, we have free healthcare.
That sounds like it's
isn't our
probably
PM
offensive.
That was the worst accent I've ever heard.
Isn't our PM handsome?
I'm
Aren't you
sorry.
jealous?
He is.
I just trusted our friend, who I still trust, but I
Rose-
thought he wasn't.
Since all of us are friends with you, can you blame us for having trust issues?
Fair. Well,
Not that it's an issue.
we'll talk more about it, I guess, when we get back to the ship, assuming we make it back.
We
I
have
really
to.
thought
I
he
signed
was-
up for an internship.
I really thought he was from Canada. Yeah, I signed you up for one too.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing. Just check your email when we get back. If we
Time to make another new email.
As we're like walking around, like, do we notice like any signs of other people or anything else alive in this cold and barren landscape?
Ooh, until you said alive, I had I answer for you. But no. So what you see are as you walk through, you see frozen figures standing in various poses. Their figures are somewhat humanoid, but many arms, a long tail, and they seem to be in different poses of like pretty much this, as like these ice sickles are kind of like going towards the direction that the wind is going.
Guys, these are really creepy statues.
Some have been cracked in half. And there are also large prints in the snow.
I'm not sure these are statues. This is giving me a real Pompeii vibe.
Wow, insensitive much?
Pompeii was like 2,000 years ago.
Too
Who knows how long
soon,
ago
Ian.
this was?
Too soon.
Wasn't that a movie?
Yeah, it had that curly-headed guy in it.
Gotcha. I got that reference.
I don't know. It was a long time ago.
I'd like to take a kind of look around too, or keep an eye out and try to like assess the situation as we are
All right, give me that roll.
moving forward, which I have a -2 to.
Oh no.
Because
You
I'm
have a
Negative two.
I'm a -2 to.
It's like,
You'll never be a ballerina. You're not graceful.
man.
Oh boy. Black
Whoops.
Swan, but worse.
Well,
that was a -3 on there. Was that
Yeah.
on top of a -1 or something?
why would I have had?
It's still a miss, I
It's
guess.
still a miss. I
So
don't
it
know
doesn't
why it would have done.
All
Huh.
right.
Welp.
Okay. All right. So I think as you kind of look around.
I do get to ask one question.
Oh, you do on a miss?
Well, because I have a move called Criminal Mind.
Okay.
That when you assess the situation, you can always ask one of the following questions, even on a miss.
When
Oh,
you assess
nice.
the situation, Manny Patinkin shows up and answers one of your questions.
Which is either what here is useful or valuable to me, how could I best infuriate or provoke blank, or what's the best way in / past. And although best way in / past would probably be useful here, I want to know if there's anything valuable around here.
Sure. What? Well, let me.
Useful or valuable, I should.
I want to. Okay. Let me think for a second.
Nah, not plutonium.
Because
Y'all got that guy.
Rose is what Rose actually wants is sometimes kind of inscrutable for me, and like as a GM, and like sometimes
Fair.
I think it's like just chaos and just like upsetting whatever the current state of affairs is. So
Fair.
she doesn't seem to be all that motivated by material things. So I'm
If
trying
there was
to
a
think
cool
of like what's-
laser sword somewhere around, that would be
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, pretty much anything just to upset the status quo.
Okay. I think. Okay. You see in a spire of ice, kind of a column of ice, kind of whipping up and partially attached to the building, but mainly just kind of, it looks like a tornado of ice a little bit that goes up maybe like 15, 20 feet. Inside there are like a couple figures that are, frozen in various states of agony. But you also see sticking out on one side of the column is a kind of silver metallic board of some kind. That on the back it seems to have a few. It has like what you. It kind of. I don't know. Is Rose familiar with Star Wars?
Probably whatever episode 15 that we're on right now or something.
Okay, on the back of the board is what looks like the engines for the Millennium Falcon. It's got kind of like this, this strip of ion thrusters is what it looks like on the back.
Okay, which is piloted entirely by Porgs now in episode 15.
Yeah. Porg fuel. They just like throw it into the furnace.
Mine. I want to try to teleport up to grab it.
Okay. All right, you teleport to it and grab it and just kind of like hang from it. It's half frozen in the ice.
Rose, what are you doing?
I want it.
Do you need a hand over there?
Doing, doing, doing. Yeah.
All right. I want to head over and try and smash the ice loose.
Okay. You punch it, and you don't have to roll for this because this is within your wheelhouse. You just like crunch into it, cracks spiderweb all the way up the column, and it begins to crumble. And the figures kind of like also fall, but as they hit the ground, they shatter into several dozen pieces, and the board itself into the snow. And there's silence for a little bit.
What do you think it is?
I don't know. It looks cool though. How big is it?
Surfboard sized.
Ooh, yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna carry it with me.
And as that happens, in the distance, cutting through the howling winds, you hear a sound.
Is that a helicopter? No, not a
I
helicopter.
don't know. It's weird.
Maybe we should find somewhere we might be able to hunker down. Just in case. I mean, there were some pretty big tracks around.
Oh yeah. Uh-oh.
Do the buildings they don't have like openings or like windows? There's no like interior.
I think there's actually huge sheets of glass that have probably mostly shattered, but I mean, there's like sheets of ice over where this glass is like shattered from like the expanding of the building underneath. And so I think you see probably a lot of shards just kind of like held in place, almost like the shattering of them is like suspended in that moment in time.
Can we tell whether there's like an interior to the building or if it's like frozen all the way through?
It is difficult to tell the way the light is working.
Want to break that open, then we can see if we can jump in there.
Yeah, I mean, might as well.
All right. So once again, Ian, smashes into the ice and sends shards flying out and inward as this kind of this whole ice wall kind of collapses. And if Ian wasn't superhumanly tough, this probably would be very harming to him. But most of these chunks just like bounce off his like hyper in durable skin, I guess. How do you describe your power? Like, what does your toughness come from? Is it just like inherent, or is there any?
It's inherent. It's not like I can turn it on and off or anything.
Okay. All right, cool. And as you smash into this, and there's an open room, several large shapes within begin to shift. Long, reptilian, white-scaled shapes as these creatures with kind of this fur growing out of their necks, long jaws, like not unlike an alligator. These massive creatures kind of like turn to you with these burning blue eyes, and they growl and they lunge forward. What do you do?
Looks like we got snow gators inbound. Oh, jeez. I think.
No gators?
Why are you worried if there are no gators?
Yes. I don't know if we want to do the heading into a combat team stuff thing.
Sure, let's do it.
We got snow gators inbound.
Team pool, I assume that would have reset back to 1 from the start of the session.
Yeah.
Okay, so starting at 1, heading into an encounter, so brings it up to 2. What are the other things?
If
Who
we
is
have
the
a clear leader, but I don't think we have a leader right now.
Yeah.
No.
Do we have the same purpose in the fight?
To not get eaten?
Not to
by
die?
gators?
Oh,
So, probably?
maybe?
Okay. So I will also say, as you smash through the glass, or not the glass and the ice, in addition to the gators, Olivia, you notice on your scanner, you go beep 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 beep. It picks up.
Oh, you have got to be kidding me.
Plutono snow gators.
Well, guess I'm gonna. Yep.
Radiators.
Radiator.
Oh no.
So
Got better.
break open some cracks.
What?
Crocodiles.
Did we finish the team thing? Can we move
I was
on?
thinking like you bringing out like a crack pipe or something. I'm like,
No.
is this really the time for this? No.
Okay,
Everyone just needs to chill out.
Okay.
everyone has the same
Ice
purpose
one.
to fight.
We do. I would say we're off balance though, so we're gonna probably lose the team for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think survive the fight, get the gators.
Yeah.
Get
So
the
that puts us with two additional team in the pool.
You should not have come.
Oh no.
Okay, so our team is up to 3 going into this fight.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So while you all are figuring out with your team points, one lunges forward and snaps at Ian. And I think Ian, you're kind of like struggling against it. The teeth aren't piercing through your skin, but they're pressing into you, and it's painful pinching essentially.
Yep.
You are not like I'm trying to avoid using D terms like grappled, but like you are
Sure.
wrapped up in this crocodile or this alligator right now, this
Yep.
snow gator.
Yep.
Hey, leave him alone. And I'm gonna run up and punch the gator.
Oh, okay. All right, so that sounds like a danger roll, right?
Probably.
What's the actual move called? Directly engage a threat. That's what it is. So roll danger.
Okay. All right. Okay, I do have. Wait. Does this count as punching someone you prob shouldn't?
I think it does. I think this ticks that box.
Okay, guys.
Nicely done.
Punch the gator. Okay, but also I have a -2 to this roll, so this could be good.
Cool.
Okay. -2. Oh. 6.
And I use one of the teams since I'm currently grappled with it, and like she punches it some, and I am able to help her make the blow actually do something.
Also, you said -2. Why is it -3?
Oh.
I guess are all the sheets messed up?
Did you punch in a -2?
Yes.
you-
Yeah, I thought I was supposed to.
Let me.
So
Hold on.
the sheets, it might do it that when the condition is checked, it automatically adjusts the roll.
It automatically puts it as a -1. Oh, you know what? Do you have a +1 in that normally?
No, I have a 0 and directly engages danger, right? So I have a 0.
You have a
Danger.
0.
Yeah. And with
Okay.
the afraid condition, I have a -2. So I don't know where the -3 is coming from.
I think in any case, I don't know where it's coming from, but for now, it's a hit.
Okay.
And if you have real dice, I might suggest
Okay.
to use real dice for the rest of the night.
Okay.
Because
I can do that.
being a little weird.
So I punch a croc.
So that means you get to pick one of the following. I don't know if you have this right in front of you. I can show it to players, can't I?
Yes.
Resist or avoid their blows. Take something from them. Create an opportunity for your allies. Impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Okay. I want to create an opportunity for my allies.
Okay.
Specifically Ian.
Okay. I would also
wiggle out of there.
I'd also let you use Ian in the take something from them.
Oh, okay.
So we'll say you pop it. Or do you have like any super strength or anything?
I do.
Oh, you do.
I have strength and toughness.
Oh, dang.
Heightened physical ability.
So I think maybe like you kind of swing back and then you change your fist into some heavy mineral, like maybe like
Ooh, yeah.
lead or something, and it just like boom hits the side of this croc, kind of pops in the corner of their jaw, and it just kind of howls for a bit and gets pushed back, opening its jaws just enough for Ian to wriggle out and step back a few paces, kind of freeing him, though the other two approach, and one of them opens up its mouth, and a bright blue energy begins to well up as ice spikes begin to pour out of its mouth and go and there's a kind of like a wall of ice spikes that are coming towards you. What do you do, or what does the group do as this is coming towards Kiki?
I'm gonna try and jump in front of her and shield her with my body.
I'm gonna try to psychic construct a shield in front of them.
Okay, so I will say that's a defend someone for who one of you gets. I'll let one of you choose to defend, and the other person will basically just give a +1 to that.
I will roll to defend. Let's see. I think my shoot would be fine, but real dice. That's not great. That is a 4,
Okay.
Oh
Um.
a 2, and a 1.
Yeah. Even if you use a team point, I don't think that you're not gonna, even with the help, brings it to 5, but even with a team point, it's still fail. So, yeah, Ian, you take it. That works, sort of. But you are these ice spikes slam into you over and over and over again, and even with your kind of toughened skin, you are impaled partially. I'm gonna say you take a powerful blow.
All right. Well, go ahead and roll the conditions on here. No.
Well, let's see. When you take a powerful blow, I'll show the players.
Yep.
So yeah, roll plus conditions, and we'll see what happens.
Which I have one condition marked. That's an 8. So, yeah, and that math
Choose
checks
one. Yeah, I remember. Well, how many? Do you have one condition? So yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So you lash out verbally, you give ground, or you struggle past the pain.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give ground because this is like the first time in months that I've taken real physical harm, and so I'm just kind of like looking down at this icicle that is now like sticking into my side.
Okay. All right. So, Lambast, you are kind of stuck where you are for now, and unable to engage into whatever comes next in the ways that you're used to doing. Not saying that you can't move and do stuff, but or you can't do stuff, but you can't move right now. Okay, cool. So the other 2 gators, the one that got popped in the jaw, is going to rush forward once again at Ian, like kind of leaps in the air and like spinning as the jaws come up, about to snap down at Ian. What do y'all do?
Unless I know you were trying to do something before, Olivia, with your psychic construct.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I should have described that the psychic shield was there, but just got shattered as the ice goes through it. Sorry, go ahead.
I've got the move, no powers, not nearly enough training, always trying to pick up gear to keep yourself in the game. When you pick up a new piece in the gear, I can use it to try to defend someone or use power. So I was thinking, if this thing that I picked up actually works in some way or has some sort of function that I'm thinking it might, flying surfboard thing,
Yeah.
I want to try to use that to like, I just want to kind of throw it out there in front of me, hoping that it does what I think it's going to do, and try to zoom straight at the thing to ram into it.
Yeah.
To try to rocket it like into the ice on the side of the building.
I love it. Hold on. Oh man. Wanted to get this sound effect. I'm not going to find it. It's too much. Wanted to do sound effects for it. As you throw the board in front of you, you hear vroom, 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 and like all this like ice and frost gets like shook loose from the iron thrusters at the back of this board, and this steam kind of like comes up as the board kind of like is about to fall in the snow, but it just kind of like finds like a little bit of like a equilibrium and just like kind of hovers right above the surface and slowly kind of turning.
Okay, yeah, I want to jump onto it. Actually, maybe altering what I was going to do a little bit. I want to kind of slam into it and try to angle it, holding onto the board the best I can or maintaining my balance or however this thing works, and try to like fly it up into the air a bit and then like drop it or drop the gator onto some of the ice shards on the ground.
Okay. And so, does your move do anything here?
The move lets me roll mundane instead of what I would normally roll for either directly engaging a threat, unleashing your powers, or defend somebody. So whatever.
I would say that this would be. We'll say this is a. Your choice of directly engaging a threat or defending. I guess it doesn't matter since it's going to be mundane. It doesn't really. But I guess it depends on your result.
I think I'm trying to damage this thing. Like I'm trying to take it out. So I'd like to do.
All right, then directly engage a threat, but roll mundane for this.
Yes.
As you crash your board or careen towards this gator that's lunging towards Ian.
Okay, that's a hit, but barely. So that's a 7.
Yeah. Okay. So, are there? I need to see directly engage a threat. So,
So I can pick one from the.
Yeah. Are these popping up for y'all when I press that?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Is that helpful?
Mhm.
Okay. Cool.
So I can either pick resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. And I'm gonna take the hit and choose to create an opportunity for my allies.
Okay. So so you slam into it, lifting it up into as it's like lunging through the air. You kind of like catch it just below the throat, like in the kind of I don't know if alligators have these bones, but right there, and like lift it up and like into the air. But the engines start to struggle against the weight of these massive, probably 20, 25 foot long snow gators. But it's enough power to like push it up to like this angle, and then it falls back directly on its back with a clamor into a snowdrift that's some kind of like and flies about the room. Olivia, what do you do?
I am going to, while Rose is doing that, I'm going to charge up my powers so I can use my Nova burn. So I have to roll plus conditions. Oh no, this is gonna go bad. Okay. I'm gonna get a hit. So on a 7 to 9, I mark a condition, and I have 3 burn to spend.
Okay.
And I don't know what condition I'm gonna mark. But I would like to try to help Rose and go on the offensive. If I can, and spend one of my burn to do Reality Storm.
Okay, what is that?
So cool. So this is one of my Nova moves. You channel a destructive burst with your powers. Spend 1 burn to directly engage a threat using your powers rolling plus freak instead of danger.
Okay. So what does it look like? Do you want to go for the gator that is kind of prone before Rose, or the other two that are kind of beginning to circle around?
I think one of the other 2.
Okay. All right. So describe what it looks like when you, I guess, attack attack one of them with this reality storm.
I think for this, I think it's similar to like her psychic constructs, but a little, I don't know, I guess a little more supercharged on, but I think this time she kind of creates this like psychic lance, I guess, a little bit, kind of like an energy bolt, and sends it kind of careening into the side of one of the gators.
Okay. So yeah, I think you run towards it, creating this psychic lance, reach out, bring it in, bearing it into kind of like the shoulder flank of the alligator as you're kind of coming from the other side. It groans in pain as you kind of pierce through it and stab it into the snow itself, and it impaling it into the ground. And you like let go of the lance, and the lance persists for a little bit, and then it kind of fizzles, and then like kind of fizzles out of reality. But the gator is not moving.
Cool.
Kiki, what are you? Or Ian, you've been fine for a bit, but I'm going to go to Kiki first. Kiki, what are you doing right now?
Okay, how many gators were there again?
There were 3. There are now 2. Well, one is prone in the snow, and the other one is like one's kind of lost in a drift. The other one has been apparently slain by Olivia, and the other one is kind of circling around, eyeing Ian.
Oh no. Okay. -2 to this too. So I was gonna say she was probably gonna like stick with Ian, like seeing that he's like actually hurt and like probably like bleeding, and so she's gonna try to defend against the one that's there that's kind of circling. But how can she defend? Is maybe gonna like she does this a lot. It's like substance mimicry, like the snow that the gator is like walking on, to like maybe like turn it into like water or something that it like slips around and gets like loses its footing kind of thing.
Okay. All right. So unleash your powers as you. This isn't going to be. Is this hard? I think because of how big these things are, if you want to cover, like turn this big of an area into water, it's going to require an unleash your powers roll.
Okay. All right. That is okay. I'm gonna roll for freak. And I don't have any. A 10.
They're for good. So you reshape the environment. And though I think all the snow in this area just kind of like immediately kind of like maybe put your hands down onto the snow, and then like in this line in front of you, it just like water starts rippling, and the gator kind of takes a step forward and then splooshes into water, and there's like waves go up on the snow as it slips underneath. And then the shape begins to move forward.
Yep. And then she realizes, oh no, it's like a gator. Kiki's the brightest. But she tries.
And right as that happens, as this shape begins to move through the water, you also kind of like look to a little bit to your right, and you see kind of like the snow come up a little bit. At the same time, Rose is noticing as he's kind of she's standing above, like this basically this gator-shaped print in the snowbank. There's a brief kind of as the snow gets lifted up a bit, and then it that's all you see. But so at the moment, both snow gators are burrowing underneath.
In their natural habitat.
What do you do? Starting with Ian.
Gosh. What can I do right now?
You can try to free yourself.
Yeah.
Breaking off like the icicles. Or,
Okay, so it was like big enough to like impale me to the ground or the wall?
I think it kind of like, yeah, that sounds good, to a wall. I think it like maybe it pushes you back and like pins you against a wall.
Okay. Yeah, I think going to work to, because I don't want to like completely remove it, so I want to just like break it off and like in front of me and then behind me, so that it's like, because the whole thing don't remove the knife from the stab wound.
Yeah, sure thing. So go ahead and we're gonna say this is an unleash your powers just because of the circumstances are pretty intense.
Yep, and of course that's the condition I have marked to give me a -2. Still managed an 11. Hold on. Oh right,
yeah,
'cause I have +1 and -2, so I rolled double 6s for an 11.
All right, excellent. So yeah, you do that. You manage. You grit your teeth, getting together all the strength in mental, your will that you can put to this task. Cutting through the pain, you smash these icicles that have you pinned against the wall. First in front of you, and then kind of behind you, and freeing yourself from the wall. You kind of like stumble forward a little bit into the snow. And I think kind of like this idea, like you kind of stump forward, like on your hands and knees a little bit. And as you do this, like you feel like the snow shift underneath you as something is moving. What do you do?
I could do two things. I think I'm gonna do the stupider one and try and reach down and grab whatever is underneath me and just yank it out.
Okay. That's gonna be another unleash your powers or free? Yeah, we'll do unleash your powers.
Okay.
because
I'm
these things
more-
are big and heavy,
Yep. More double sixes.
and you are hurt.
Nope, that is a 6. Hold on, though. How do you use team selfishly? Because that is a thing you can do.
So you said it was -2 for these, right?
Well, I have the -2 from the condition, but my freak is.
Oh,
+1.
gotcha. Of course.
Okay, so
Got it.
team members can also spend team to act selfishly. When you act selfishly, say how your actions ignore and insult your teammates. Remove one team from the pool. Oh no, that doesn't actually. No, hold on. You can shift one label up and one label down. Your choice. You can use this option after rolling to alter the label you're rolling with. So I could. See, mechanically, I want to do this, but I don't know if role playing.
Do I see him struggling? Because I can help.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think you all. I think you can see. I think as you hear the sound of shattering ice, you turn and see kind of Ian kind of struggling on their hands and knees, and then they plunge their hands deep into the snow, and then I think right that like. As Ian, you grab onto it and starts to like pull you with it.
Oh no.
Okay, so now you can act.
Yep, okay.
Olivia.
I'm gonna use another one of my burn, which is called Boost. So I can spend a burn to supercharge a teammate's efforts with my powers, giving them +1 to their roll, as if I had spent team from the pool.
Okay. All right. So what do you want it to look like? Part of me is thinking like you create like these like psychic snowshoes for Ian, and so instead of getting pulled into the snow, Ian is they get a little bit of purchase, and like instead of getting dragged along and then eventually under the snow, Ian is able to kind of like ground himself, and then eventually like yanks the alligator out.
That sounds great.
Okay. So cool. That means if that's going to be, I think so, because that only brings it to a 7. This effect is unstable temporary. I think right then the kind of psychic snowshoes kind of peter out, and while you've gotten the gator above the ground where the rest of the team can see it, you slip into the hole that the gator left behind, and Ian falls out of sight.
Oh no.
I forget. I don't get to mark potential because we turned the miss into a hit. That's how that works.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
okay.
making sure. It's been a month since we played.
That's good to know.
So there's a snow gator that has been yanked out of the snow, and it's like kind of toppling back towards. Honestly, I think it falls kind of on that ice spire thing that Ian was pinioned against, and it kind of hits against it. It's not like didn't pierce through, but it's kind of leaning up against it. Ian is under the snow somewhere.
Oh no.
Rose is on a hoverboard, and Olivia is standing nearby as well. So, haven't spoken to Rose in a minute. What is Rose doing?
Okay, I think seeing that the gators are sort of hiding, I want to try to draw them out. Or at least I'm still trying to create an opportunity so that somebody like Ian might be able to get a big hit off on them. So I'm going to use, I'm going to try to kind of trick them into, because the two are still burrowing underground, correct?
No, just one is.
Or just one is burrowing?
The other one has been flung up and is has its back on this spiky wall of ice.
I would try to hit it, but I can only do that once. Otherwise, I'll be using my danger, and that's a -2. So I'm gonna, I'm gonna try to lure the other one out. Actually, I have an idea. I want to try to bait the one that's underground to launching up and hitting the one that has its back on the ice right now, that is, and trying to like stab it in or try to have it damage its friend. So, I'm actually going to teleport off of the board and onto the ground, sort of between the two, and just start like making a ruckus and like kicking up the snow and trying to bait them to lunge at me to like jump out of the way at the right time.
Okay. So you're going for a provoke, I guess.
Well,
That's
I
move,
have a move called Are You Watching Closely? So when you mislead, distract, or trick somebody, I can roll superior. If they're fooled, I can get an opportunity, expose weakness or flaw, confuse them for some time.
Okay.
Roll
Roll it.
like that. So now this is a superior. I'm gonna click that for a second. All right. Boom. 12.
Oh, dang.
So, okay. So what happens?
I get to choose 3 from the list. So
Okay.
I'm going to expose a weakness or a flaw.
Okay.
I'm going to confuse them for some time. And I'm going to get and I'm going to avoid further entanglement by teleporting back out of there.
Okay, so this is kind of how I'm picturing this. You stand on the snow making a ruckus, and you hear the sound that you heard earlier as this building up ice energy, as spikes launch up where you were standing a moment ago, but you teleport just a few feet to the left, and then you keep making a ruckus, and then once again spikes come up, you teleport out of the way. And you keep kind of going, and like boop, bloop, bloop, bloop around the room. And then just like eventually you've driven this one snow gator just really upset as it can't seem to land a hit on you. And it like free willy jumps out of the snow, just slow motion, like snow, like drifting off of it. And it's like down on you. And it snaps towards you, but once again, you bloop out of the way, and it lands with its full weight on the one that was prone over the ice spire, completely impaling it on the ice.
Sweet. I land back on my surfboard
Okay.
and zoom away.
Kiki, what do you do?
Okay. Shoot. I don't know. So there's the one on top of the other one.
Yeah, it's kind of
Okay.
scrambling around a little bit, trying to to face the nearest combatant. But yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to also provoke it. Like, come and get me. Yeah. Meow. Yeah, except this one. Yeah, so I'm going to provoke them.
Okay.
Okay, so I roll a superior. Oh, it's just a flat roll for me. A 9.
A 9. So for a provoke,
So I'm trying to
on a
get it.
9.
I don't want it to like try to attack Ian, who is still, we haven't seen him yet. So I don't want it to go back under
Okay.
under the snow. So I'm like, over here.
Okay, so I think it sees you as a potentially easier target than the one that defies space and time. So it begins to clamber towards you, growling, this icy energy building up in its throat. So you picking the overreaction, or are you picking the air, or what do you?
Okay.
So they either stumble, the air, or they overreact.
Okay, yeah, I didn't look at that part.
But you want them to come at you. So maybe
Yeah. Maybe I gauge.
maybe we'll say that that's the air. Like,
Yeah, they're making a mistake.
and you're
Coming after
gaining
me, I
a critical opportunity for
Yeah.
Olivia.
Mhm.
So Olivia, what do you do as you as this massive snow gator is clambering across the snow towards Kiki? You have an opening. What do you do?
I'm gonna use my last burn and do a reality storm to attack it.
Get it.
Nice.
What do I have to roll? I already forgot. Roll plus freak. Okay. Oh, that's an 11.
Perfect. So, I kind of also like the idea of just clambering forward, like running towards you, Kiki. Kiki, maybe like just instinctively, you like change yourself into like Diamond or something to like, not sure.
Yeah, get ready to take a hit. Like,
Just gotta- as this snow gator is rushing forward, this energy is like gathering up and coalescing on Olivia's hands, and she begins to create this massive, like two spears this time, one in each hand, and then she kind of like, but she like lets them go, and they kind of like fly up into like either side of the snow gator. And as the gator's like towards you, suddenly from underneath, a hand bursts up, grabs the gator by the throat, and just kind of gets held up, completely stopped, as Ian's hands burst out from below, stopping its forward progression. And these two lances go right through on either side. Kind of like I'm picturing that marbles game where there's all the like the sticks and like are holding up all the marbles. Just like two lances like going at different angles, stabbing the gator and ending its deadly progression. You have won the Battle of the Snow Gators.
But there are snow gators. What were we fighting?
And as this happens, piercing through Ian from underneath, through these wounds in the gator, you see kind of a glowing green from within the gator itself, mixed with this strange white-blue blood.
Well, it's gonna be a little messy, but I think we found our plutonium.
let me help you out of that snow. Try to help take him out.
Sure. I think you just like you get a hand down, like,
Yeah, there you go.
and you pull him out.
Think it's inside the gators?
Yeah, and I'll head over to the gator and just like in one of the holes, just start tearing it open.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And kind of mixed into their bones, there's trace amounts of plutonium.
Well, maybe we drag them all back? Or, I don't know if you can teleport them, Rose. I don't know if I feel up to much heavy lifting right now.
While they're talking, I have the angry condition. So Olivia's in this like rage and just starts going over to one of the gators. I want to try to clear it by hurting someone or breaking something.
Okay.
And I just go over to one of the gators and just start like, because I have super strength too. I just rip it open. I'm just like snapping bones into pieces, just like making a pile.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely.
It is
You all-
cold. I am tired. I want to go home.
Well, while that's happening, is it safe for me to get close to it?
Yeah, that was something I meant to bring up before. You know, snow gators. How are we planning to transport plutonium? Do we know if the healing spa back at base can handle radiation?
Well, I could like try to absorb because radiation's just like another form of energy, right? I could try to
Yeah.
absorb it, I guess.
Well, if you can absorb all of it, then I can teleport you with radioactive gator.
Oh, like a battery, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, I guess if you just absorb all the energy, then maybe we can just use you to power the ship.
Oh, I don't know.
We should maybe take some of the inert plutonium so she can put it back in so Lucas can use it.
Does it
Yeah.
work like that? Are they just rechargeable
I don't know. I
plutonium?
just got stabbed through with ice.
If you can
there's
just,
Oh, no,
Oh yeah.
Where are
Right
we?
now, Ian does have massive icicles still sticking in a few places.
Oh.
ouch.
Yeah, I guess other dimensions are still able to hurt me.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Think I'm gonna go pass out in the snow now.
okay. Why don't I take him back to the ship first?
Yeah, you should take it first.
Okay. As he's falling, I think I just catch back to the ship, let him face plant like in the ship, and then come back
Yeah.
to the.
Wait, so he doesn't fall in the soft snow and he falls into the hard of the ship. So it's like, clang.
Oh,
Oh, Ian.
He's tough.
breaks his nose.
It's all the same to him. He's tough.
Oh, strong buddy.
And dump a huge pile of gator bones at Rose and Kiki's feet.
Are you radioactive now?
I don't know. Is this enough?
Sure.
I mean,
I take 2 steps back from the gator bones. Can you like make a bubble around them or something?
Yeah, I can do that. Oh, I feel so much better. Make a bubble.
Good.
So you all take the bones, teleporting back where Lucas kind of looks at you all wide-eyed as he, first off by seeing the sight of Ian, and then from on this side of these kind of strange bones that you've all brought that are kind of like dripping with this strange kind of like milky blue viscera, and he processes everything. It seems like he's done a lot of work on the ship since you've been gone. And in short order, the ship is restored to functionality, and you all return to Dimension 27.
While Lucas was fixing things up,
Yep.
he's gonna make sure that Ian is like, I know he's passed out, but just like try to get him comfortable
Yeah,
so he's not face down on the ground when he wakes up.
sure. So you kind of lift him up, put him in a weird kind of like curled up ball thing in the awful chairs that are
Oh, yeah, I forgot the chairs are weird.
and kind of he's got like slumped in kind of strangely, but you maybe take some of the insulation and like make these pillows for him.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
like, pad out the area so it's a little bit more of a comfortable place to set him down. And the icicles, I think what happens like as Ian is resting, he begins to heal, and the icicles just kind of snap off themselves as the skin kind of like comes back together. And he's still unconscious for the moment, but his body seems to be healing rapidly.
Whoa.
So Wolverine pushing the bullets out.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's get him home anyway.
Oh, were you planning? I mean, we could just leave him here, or
I will literally push you out of this spaceship while it's in the air.
Well, I got a flying snowboard or surfboard now, so
I know, you're so cool.
Yeah, are you bringing that back?
Hell yeah, I am.
Cool.
So I think as you pass through dimensions, returning once again to Dimension 27. Well, yeah, Dimension 27, I think instead of going back to the Sanctuary, I don't know which number the Sanctuary is. It's a pocket one, doesn't get a number.
27.1.
20. Yeah, so 27.1. Y'all get back. Y'all kind of like, I guess, decide not to go on patrol that night.
I guess not.
That's enough.
Wait, is Ian still unconscious when we get back?
No, I think Ian probably stirs awake after, a few, it's probably been about maybe 30, 45 minutes where it took for Lucas to keep finishing up the ship. Then you pass through the dimensions, and I think Ian's awake by that time. I think wakes up on the couch of the Sanctuary.
Even better. I wait for him to wake up, and then with my super strength, I carry him like he carried me before. And I carry him to the healing place that we have.
Aw.
Laughing at him the whole time.
So you throw him into the Bacta tank, and
My turn.
And you feel kind of fine. You have a headache. You have a kind of a severe headache, but otherwise you're kind of
A brain freeze?
yeah. You one.
Oh no.
But yeah, so you all take the rest of the evening, deciding not to go on patrol and rest up. And Lucas kind of sheepishly apologizes to everybody and says, that it won't happen again, and he'll make sure that he puts the colon in the right place from here on out.
I mean, it went pretty well. Don't beat yourself up too bad about it. I got a sweet snowboard out of it, so.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
how many other people can say they went to another dimension? That was really cool, Lucas.
Well, almost everyone I know, but now
Oh,
you
wait.
can say it too.
Ooh, does that mean that we're in the special club now or something?
Yes, you're all in my club.
Cool.
I haven't been to many dimensions, but I like this one a lot.
It's okay.
I like the people.
We like you too, Lucas.
You know what? I don't know if that counts. Anyway, kind of want to. I think Lucas was insecure, but I think he's not anymore.
Oh, that's good.
I do want to say, but that was pretty cool though, right? Like this, the flying around thing, the surfboard is pretty cool though, right?
That's legit. Are you gonna is that gonna be part of your new persona?
I think so.
It's pretty cool.
Okay, so I've got a team move.
Okay.
When you share a triumphant celebration with somebody, ask them if they think you're cool. If they say yes, give them influence and take influence over them. If they say no, mark a condition or spurn them immediately. So I was asking Kiki, or I think since Kiki responded first, I don't want to use this too much, but so you gain influence over me and I gain influence over you.
Oh,
Priority.
Awesome. So, as you all kind of reflect on all these new developments and what the future may bring for you, we will draw this session to a close. Let's do end of the session stuffs.
Yeet.
Yeah, good. All right, so end of the session. Let's go around the table. Let's start with Olivia. Did you got to choose one? Did you grow closer to the team, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from the team?
I'm gonna say I grew into my own image of myself.
Okay. It says to explain how you see yourself and why.
I think Olivia's never had a major angry outburst like that before, and so I think maybe she feels a little bit more out of control than usual. I'm trying to think. And also she doesn't usually go on the offensive that much, so that was kind of a big, I think, shift. So I'm going to shift my danger up one.
Nice.
And my superior down one.
Great. Kiki, do you feel like you grew closer to the team? Grew into your own image of yourself? Or grew away from the team?
yeah. I think grew closer to the team for two reasons. Sort of confided in Ian and the rest of the crew that she wants to do design, and then also having Lucas sort of reveal some things about himself. Just feels like closer to him.
Okay. All right. So you can give him. Okay. So you
So I'm
can
gonna.
give influence to Lucas and clear a condition, or you mark potential.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna give influence. Yeah, to Lucas, and then yeah, clear condition.
Okay.
So I'm no longer insecure. And
All
punching the alligator earlier cleared my angry condition
nice.
because that was one of my drives is to punch someone you probably shouldn't.
That was awesome. All right, Ian.
Ian is growing away from the team.
Ooh.
Yeah. He did not feel good when Olivia was laughing at him as they were, reversing the roles from almost a month ago. And so if she has influence over Ian, that is gone now.
I don't
Drama.
remember if I do or not.
And she's currently the Bull's Heart Love. That might even change, but I need to think more on that.
I think he misinterpreted her laughter.
Probably.
Sounds right.
But
He's so cranky.
But high school kids.
Yeah, I was about to say high school.
High school kids. All right. Excellent. That brings us to Rose.
All right. So Rose is going to grow in her own image of herself.
Yep. Feels right.
And I think she's sort of building off of what, like that little bit of an exchange and what she's talking about with her aunt, isn't totally giving up her obviously rebellious and selfish ways, but I do think making the attempt to try to directly engage the enemy and trying to help out a little bit more in the fights, she's going to shift her savior up one.
Nice.
And she's going to shift her freak down one.
Very cool. Well, what a great night, everyone, folks and people. This was Colin Wonder Origin Score. Thursday night. We had a great time. We'll be back again in 2 weeks. But this Saturday at is it 3:30 Eastern, or is it
3.
Just
3 Eastern? Okay, at 3 Eastern. I'm thinking of the time that we show up for the Zoom call.
Yeah.
Or something. Okay, yeah. 3 Eastern. Eastern time, and where the saga will continue. I got to play with them about 2 weeks ago, and that was a lot of fun. So definitely check out our YouTube and Twitter and everything to check out anything that you missed. Gosh, just we'll see you very soon. And what a great night. Thank you all for joining us. Good internet and night games, everyone.
Good internet and night games.
Good night, internet.